Yes, people, man. We are back. New season is upon us. I've got two guests with me. I've got Scants TV and I've got Mr. Brown. Listen, week 2 of the Premier League season so far. Didn't really get quite to catch up last week. It was a good weekend for Arsenal and Liverpool last weekend. But listen, weekend number 2. Yesterday's results. We're gonna go through. We're gonna, a little analysis. But yeah, man, Scants first. Come to you. How are you, man? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Not too bad. 2 decent results.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
I see. Mr. Brown, man. Long time. How are you, bro? Good?
Oh no, man. It's been a minute, but happy to be back. Good spirits, man. All good. So yeah, man. Let's go.
Yeah, nothing but good spirits. Listen, man. We're gonna start off yesterday. We're gonna go back. We're gonna start from the back. Pause. All right.
Pause.
I know it's Cardiff weekend, but yeah.
We're not even a minute in and we're pausing.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. But listen, we're gonna start Aston Villa 0, Arsenal 2. Personally, for me, the game, I think most parts, I felt that the game, it was I found it boring. I felt that both teams, especially in the first half, were kind of scared to really come out the box and attack. I felt like both teams were playing it safe. Apart from when Gabriel then he caused that mistake, Ollie Watkins, obviously, as we know, hit it wide. I think from then that's when gave the crowd a bit of something to grab onto. Do you know what I mean? Because before that, it was kind of lackluster. Listen, David Raya, excellent save to deny Watkins again. Second half, one of the best saves that I've probably seen him make. He made a beautiful one last season as well. In terms of the players, and I'll let you guys touch on the game as well in a little bit. But Martinelli, for me, he seems very off. I don't know if it's a confidence dip, something going on, maybe personal.
I feel like he's just trying too hard right now. Trying to do too much.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. He seems to have that some sort of fear in him. Like I used to like him when he played with no fear and with the handbrake off and just take on the fullback. But recently, I don't know, he looks nervous. It's like he doesn't really want to put a foot wrong, like he's overthinking, overanalyzing certain situations. When just do what you do, Martinelli. Do you know what I mean? We saw the goal against Man United in pre-season where, he cut inside, took on the defender, and he scored. And I thought, okay, from that, I thought this is the Martinelli that we're gonna get, the old Martinelli back. But since last week and yesterday, he seems to have kind of reverted back. I want to talk about obviously Morgan Rogers. Listen, I'll let you get into it. Scants, go on. I'll let you get into Morgan Rogers because we had a little chat about him off the air. So.
Yeah. Like I said to you yesterday with Arsenal, it's just it was basically a smash and grab. But if you want to win the title, you got to do things like that. Like I said, Liverpool did the same when they won the league. We were like losing 1-0 to Villa with 10, 15 minutes to go. We scored 2 goals and ended up winning the game 2-1. Didn't play well. That's the sign of champions. You don't play well, you take the points and run. I know, I hear people online and stuff and saying, "Oh, Arsenal played well and all that." Nonsense, man. Arsenal didn't play well. Saka was quiet. That's the quietest I've seen Saka play for ages. Rice was poor. Partey looked tired after the first half, like he did the week before. The best players on the pitch, like I said to you, were Saliba, Raya, and Timber. Martinelli's poor, and I think it's a combination of him being out of form, and I think the formation's not helping him. The players that Arteta's got out, it's not helping him. He played the best when he had Xhaka there. Xhaka helping out the fullback, doubling up work. Where now you've got Rice there. Rice is not an 8. Rice is a 6. He's a destroyer. He's a monster. Like any team in the world would love to have Rice as their number 6. Arteta's try to be smart and think, oh, I can turn him into an 8 because I flopped with Havertz. Havertz couldn't play the 8 for me, so I had to play him up front. So now you're trying to shoehorn Rice into the 8, and it's not working. And that's hampering Martinelli because he's basically got to come back and drop back because Timber's playing the inverted role, and the same with Zinni when he plays the inverted role. So he's not getting no help. He's not getting the ball in the right positions. If you look on the other side with Saka, he's got Ben White overlapping. He's got Odegaard helping him there. So to me, it's the man. It's down to the manager, and it's his form. You can't. I'm not just blaming Arteta, but you saw what was it 2 years ago when Xhaka was there? Martinelli got 15 goals.
Yeah,
you would say he was playing better than Saka in that time as well.
I think that's why. To be fair, I think that's why Mikel Merino's coming again.
Yeah, exactly.
To play that role, to give Martinelli that thing. But Mr. Brown, man, what did you think of the game yesterday? You know,
Boy, put it bluntly, it was pretty much a bore fest, man. It was very boring. I think both sides were just we gave each other too much respect in it. No one was trying to take a risk. Everyone was just playing it safe.
One man wasn't respectful though. Let's get it right. One man.
Yeah, well, we'll get into that in a second, guys. I know you've got one or two you need to say. That's calm. But this is my time, so let me just say what I say. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but yeah. Partey looked leggy again. Martinelli, I think he's just trying to do too much. He's out of form. I want to see Trossard in the starting lineup, but at the same time, I don't really want to see him in the starting lineup because I think he's better as an impact sub. He's so good off the bench. And we've seen when he does start, he doesn't really have the same effects on the game. So, I don't know. We need to adjust that at some point. Again, Saliba, I think it's safe to say he's a world-class defender. World-class on that. I don't think there's any questions now. I think it's a statement more than anything else. So,
what do you make of Calafiori's little?
From what I've seen, he looks good. He looks decent. I think Arteta's just gonna slowly, sort of gradually bring him in. But yeah, man, from what I've seen, he looks good, man. He looks comfortable. I wasn't really too fussed when I heard the links or whatever, and then we signed him. I knew he was a good player in it, so I know he'll hit the ground running. I don't know. Obviously, Moreno again. I think that's a very good move as well for us. And like he said, like Scats has said, we haven't really replaced Xhaka. We played our best football when he was there. And that's, kind of hindered Martinelli as well. So hopefully with this new guy coming in, it'll start making us fluent a bit more because we don't really see that fluent at the moment, and we still need a striker as well.
I mean that midfield yesterday. Obviously, we'll quickly get onto before we go to the next game. Morgan Rogers, what a player, and
yeah.
He had Rice and Partey scrambling yesterday. Absolutely strong boy. His power and his forward runs, they were immense yesterday. He was definitely Villa's best player, man. And
100%, yeah, man.
He reminds me of Dembele. Spurs and Fulham Dembele. That's who he reminds me of, man. He's just brushing people aside because when he first started the game, like me and you were chatting, you started up front.
Yeah.
You started up front with Watkins, and all of a sudden you just dropped into midfield. I was like, okay, I thought you were a winger or a striker. He bullied Partey and Rice. Like I ain't seen Rice bullied like that for time, man. And
that is the first time I've seen Rice get handled like that. I'm not gonna lie. That's the first time I've seen a man handled like that.
Yeah, same. And
Partey,
but the thing is, I can see him do that to anyone. I'm not like knocking Rice and Partey. I reckon you could do that against any midfield in the Premier League. You get what I mean? It's not even like knocking him. He's just that performance was quality for 16 million. From Borough.
Is that what he was?
Yeah. 16 million.
Yeah. obviously, like we know he was in. I think he started off in West Brom's academy, and then he moved to he was at Man City. Obviously, Man City they didn't really need him. Then he's obviously moved on to a couple of places there, Middlesbrough, Bournemouth. You know, he's ended up at Villa, and you know, if he continues like this, he'll be in the England squad before the end of the year if he carries on like this, because he was absolutely brilliant. But listen, man,
Champions League. Hold on, just imagine him in the Champions League. He will terrorize midfielders in the Champions League.
We're gonna see. We got a chance to see that in
I'm definitely watching Villa games, man, just to watch him in the Champions League.
In about six weeks, we're gonna see that, man. He's looking good. But listen, quickly get on to the next game. Listen, Brighton beat Man United. Eric Ten Hag. I don't understand it. You fought for De Ligt, you on the bench. You fought for Zerski, put him on the bench. You decided to play, you know, Bruno again as a false number 9. I feel Bruno was playing all right. Then you decided to take him off. Ten Hag is making some disastrous decisions. Did you not see the game yesterday?
Yeah, it wasn't like, I wouldn't say Brighton like deserved to win. I wouldn't say Man United deserved to. Man United played all right. They played decent in the first half, man. I don't know if Mount went off tactical reasons or if he was injured, but he was doing all right.
Injury, he said.
Injury. Oh, there you go. Man's injured again, but they weren't too bad. But like you said, poor decisions taking people off. Like the first goal was Harry Maguire, like both times. So the ball come across the box, didn't try and clear it. I know it's wet and it's your wrong foot, but come on, man! Like, you're an £80 million defender, man. Like, kick that away. Left it to go.
He's not though. He's not 80 million. Exactly. He's an 8 mil. He's an 8 mil defender.
But he's cost 80 million. But yeah, like they played all right. I'm not gonna say they played poorly, but that's the case of goal at the end, isn't it? For that goal, like there was 3 of them at the back post lining up for the
3 of them waiting, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So
hungry, bro. It's a feast. All of them, bro.
But again, that's down to him. You changed two defenders. No one's going to know what they're doing. You get what I mean? So, like you said, Cav, he wanted De Ligt for 2 years, and you've had him on the bench for the last 2 games. You tried to get rid of Maguire last summer and this summer,
and you got him starting, yeah.
And you still got him starting. So, what can I say?
And what did you make of Rashford's performance? Because I don't know. To me, I think I saw a stat where I don't. Someone said he hasn't had a shot on target in these first 2 games.
Yeah,
and
he's got to go, man. He's for his career, he's got to leave Man United. And if he's worried about his career, he's got to take a wage cut and go somewhere else. New surroundings, man.
Yeah.
There was a certain someone in our group chat that was saying this is Rashford's redemption season. So. We'll see how that one plans out.
I mean, listen, yeah, we're only 2 games in, so we'll see. We'll see. And you know, they got a home game at Liverpool.
But that's what I'm not saying anything. Like I said, they played decent, and our record at Man United ain't good, man. So I'm not saying, but if they play like that, so open in midfield, we should hopefully get the 3 points. But like I said, our record at United is not good, so. We'll just see.
Exactly. Next game, listen, we had Crystal Palace 0, West Ham 2. Scans, what do you think? 'Cause I know you was watching that game.
Yeah, I thought it was a good game, man. Palace looked all right, and so did at first. I'll say first 10-15 minutes, West Ham were properly bopping the ball about, looked good. Paqueta was like bossing it, and then Crystal Palace came into the game. And Elise, Edward, and who's the other guy?
Not Elise. Elise's gone, mate.
Not Elise. Eze. Edward.
And, quickly, boy.
What's the big guy?
Back into the game quickly.
Which one, Mateta?
Mateta. They were looking good up front, man. They're making some good chances. The young boy in midfield is looking good. who everybody, Walton, what everybody rates, I rate him as well. They were looking good, man. And then second half, man, I
Collapsed.
just collapsed
Yeah,
again.
well, Palace are going to win, to be fair, as well.
Yeah, and they just
They're
looked
going to
like
win
they
the game, but
just blew themselves out. Like I said, first half they were quality, man. They were quality, and then this, but like the manager said at the end of the game, there's too much noise going on with this Gahey. Is he going? Is he staying? Anderson's gone Fulham, which is
Yeah.
a weird move. It's just like it's just gone sideways. You get what I mean? No disrespect to Crystal Palace or Fulham. It's not like he's gone to further his career. He's just basically gone to get more money. Probably it was the last big contract.
Listen, they need a clinical £30 million striker, mate, from Emirates. That's what they need, mate.
Mr. Eddie. Trying his hardest to get this guy out, boy.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. It's not working. I'm trying.
Driving there himself.
Listen, I like Eddie, but I think Eddie's on the same thing as it's kind of similar to Rashford. You need new pastures now. You need to go somewhere else and regain your confidence and form somewhere else, man. That's it. That's it, really. But Mr. Brown, I'll let you get on to the next one. Listen, Fulham 2, Leicester 1. Our old Haaland boys, both of them. It will be.
Was it Fulham v Leicester? Or was it Arsenal v Leicester, bro? I'm seeing a Roby and a Smith Rowe on the score sheet and that. What's going on?
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, I was ill yesterday, so I've only caught the highlights of the games. I was in and out of sleep, so I'll be real. I only caught the highlights, but again, good game from the highlights that I see. Again, we like Haaland boys, like you said, they stole the show. I'm happy, bro. I'm so happy for Smith Rowe. I'm actually very happy that he's hit the ground running there. He seems a lot happier. He seemed to settle in right, like straight away. A little Arsenal connection there as well. It's good to see, man. So yeah, man, well done to Fulham. Leicester, obviously, they were on a high because from their last game and that they didn't get the win, but it probably felt like a win to them because they had their back up against the ball, managed to get a draw. So they was in good spirits going into that game. So yeah, man, I thought they've done well to get the 3 points there, man.
Yeah, and with the midfield, I know in the first game, Fulham got beat by Man United. The midfield, they looked a little bit light in midfield, and they've just signed Sander Berge, and I think I like him. He's a decent midfielder, and I think him adding a bit of steel to that Fulham midfield. Fulham on their day, they're a decent squad, man. They're a decent team.
Yeah, they are.
They can beat.
And obviously, I know you said they look a little bit light in midfield and that, but I still feel like United struggled against them, man. I still feel like I feel like United always struggled against Fulham, even like last season. And obviously, I know last season is last season, but if you look at United and those Fulham games, bro, I think they scraped it both times, man, both times. So I don't know, but yeah, Fulham are a good team. They're decent, man. On their day, they probably get mid-table, hopefully, but I don't think they'll get relegated or nothing like that. I think they'll be good.
Exactly. And listen, man, onto the next game. After 7 minutes past 3, I see Ipswich flashed up. Ipswich 1-0 up at the Etihad, and
bad thing.
As much as I wanted to cheer, I was just like, it's gonna end battering anyway. City hadn't woken up yet, and that surely woke them up, and then they scored.
That was the worst thing they could have done, was scoring that early. That was the worst thing they could have done, woken up the Lions, man.
This City score, was it three goals in like 120 seconds or something like that?
12th minute, then the 16th minute, then the 14th minute. Man,
I mean, I don't know if you saw, obviously Haaland scored a penalty, but his other 2 goals, I mean, that's going to be the difference between City and a lot of other clubs this season, because they just got Haaland. Haaland is so clinical.
Yeah.
Like, and that's exactly what we say Arsenal are missing. We're missing our Haaland. Do you get what I'm saying?
Can you imagine, if this guy learns how to have a first touch and hold up the ball properly and add other attributes to his game? Do you know how deadly this guy could be, bro? If it wasn't just like, obviously, we know that he's clinical in front of goal, but imagine he adds all these different other attributes to his game, bro. He's going to be a madman, bro. He's still young. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Still got,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Still growing, still got a lot to learn, still, you know what I mean? Still mature, bro. So we haven't even seen a famous article of Haaland yet, and that's the scariest thing about it.
And he's got
Man,
97 goals already, isn't he?
it's
Yeah.
bro.
Seasons.
He's
97
made
goals.
100. He's already made 100 appearances or so. I know, yeah, and
Yeah.
I think it was. I think I saw 97 or 98 in 99 or something rubbish.
Yeah, in like 100.
Crazy.
Yeah, 100 appearances. Crazy.
But again, like Ipswich, man, like no disrespect to him, man. Like the way he played against Liverpool, he didn't really play that expansive football, and you're at home. So why go to Man City and play that expansive football? I'm not saying change up your style completely, but come on, like Man City probably one of the best pressing teams in the world, and you're playing it around with a keeper and at the back and stuff. Like, don't do it, man. Like,
Yeah,
you scored a goal, then try and hold on to it for, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, and then think, but you're trying to play out from the back and stuff. You deserve to be punished, man. Like, don't do that. You just don't do them things. You're gonna do them things, do it at home, innit? When you're away from home, you got to switch it up. I know, like, he might be thinking, oh, there's 2 free hits, innit? Like these 2 games against Liverpool and City have 3 hits, and next week we go back to thing. But yeah,
it's a tough task for them, man. They're coming up against, you know what I mean, the top 2, top 3 team in the league, bro. You know what I mean? So they'll learn. They've learned their lesson, innit? They've had their beatings now. You know what I mean? Hopefully they've been humbled and they'll come back. But I reckon, you know, Ipswich are a decent side, man. But I think they're still gonna go down. Either way, they're still gonna go down. Unfortunately, no disrespect to them, but
100%. Speaking of another team that's going down, Tottenham 4, Everton 0.
Yeah,
Everton look absolutely horrible, and I don't know if it's Sean Dash. I don't know what it is, but there's nothing they can do right. Pickford, horrible mistake yesterday. Again, they just looked horrible. I don't know if you lot saw the game. Any of you lot see the game?
Saw the highlights.
Yeah. It was all I saw was Tottenham, to be fair, scoring goals. That's all I saw was Tottenham goals. That's all I can really say, bro.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, the goal fest, man. They looked, everything that just looked.
I'm surprised they haven't come in for someone like Eddie Nketiah as well, because Beto, I thought he was okay. He had like 2 decent games last season, but Beto is horrible. Calvert-Lewin, horrible. They just got no one. I mean, I've always liked Dwight McNeil and Harrison, decent players, but Everton they just ain't got it, man. And I think this is gonna be that they go down.
They need to stay up this year, though, innit? Because remember, they're moving to their new stadium next season. They need to stay up.
Yeah.
Could get real tricky for them, boy.
That's what I'm saying. The new stadium moving next summer, man. So they need to stay up. That's one thing they need to do.
I mean, they bought
2 games, 2 losses, -7.
Lindstrom came on yesterday. He looked all right, but I think this week they've got to get in some big loans in, or they have to get in a couple players. I feel like they got to get in a centre forward. Because they just ain't got it, man. So they just ain't got it. I'm telling you. Forest beat Southampton 1-0. I did watch the first, I think, half an hour of that game. Southampton again. I think Southampton, they just ain't got nothing. They just didn't have anything. I think they'll go down. Forest, they weren't a fantastic performance either from them. Santos, I think he's doing all right with them as well. But
4 points in 2 games, though, isn't it? So you can't complain about that. It's a decent start, isn't it?
Yeah, Forest are a bit hit and miss, man. They're a bit hit and miss team. But I agree. I think Southampton will go down as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel for them, but they ain't got. They don't like the Southampton that was here 2 seasons ago. Like had a bit of something to them. Like this Southampton, I just don't think they're gonna cut it. This time in the Prem. There's 3 more games to go quickly as we shoot through. Bournemouth 1, Newcastle 1 today. 1-1, man. I mean, I didn't see the game, but from what I heard, it was.
Is anyone checked on our friend, our Newcastle friends? Anyone checked on him?
Yeah, he's cool. I watched
How
the
did
game.
you?
I watched the game. Bournemouth are good, man.
Mm,
Bournemouth are really good. Newcastle are lucky to get away with a point. The changes Eddie Howe made helped him when Harvey Barnes come on and Trippier. They started getting balls in the box and they done well, got a good equaliser. But Bournemouth got robbed at the end by the referee, man, and the VAR. I don't know if you lot saw it, the header from a corner. Basically, you jump up for a header and like you put your arm up and it like hits your shoulder and goes in. They're saying he handballed it. But right now was like I think it was like 3 minutes before the game was over, they scored it, and it was handball. But it wasn't. The thing is, it's not handball because if it hit your arm, the pace that it went in, it wouldn't have gone in. So it hit your shoulder because how quick it went in, it hit your shoulder. So they got lucky there, Newcastle, man. They look leggy already, man. Like Joe Linton was poor today. He was really poor.
I heard he was horrible today.
He was poor today. He was really poor. Isaac looked lost. He was isolated. He was playing too far wide. He was playing like out on the left.
Yeah, man.
In the middle. I don't know what was going on, man. It's like, they need to get a couple of players in, man. They need someone on the right. Sure. They got no right midfielder, man. So they need someone. They need a right forward.
I can't see Gordon making that move this week either.
Nah, I don't know, man. I doubt it. I reckon that'll get tied up next year.
Yeah,
he's got 2 years left. He's gonna have a year left come next summer. So he will. I doubt he'll sign a contract extension. If he does, he'll probably put in there that he has a buyout clause in it.
Yeah,
I reckon.
I hear that.
But I keep hearing about this Brathwaite thing. I keep hearing like Liverpool might put in a late bidding for Brathwaite. So who knows that?
I like him, man. I like Brathwaite. I think he's a good defender. He's a very good defender, man. I like him, man.
Is he gonna risk making that move across the city?
Who knows, man? Who knows?
He won't be able to leave his house, mate. Maybe finish. Listen, Wolves 2, Chelsea 6. Madueke hat trick. Listen, man. I know Scansby's having that conversation last week, and I was saying, listen, I'll take Madueke at Arsenal.
Yeah, man. We both said he's a decent player, man.
Yeah. Good player. Palmer again, another goal, and he assisted the hat trick for Madueke as well. I watched some of that game, and I think Chelsea. You know what? Chelsea played some good football. There's a lot of aggression in there. It was a good match. Wolves, they weren't as good as I felt that they were in the second half against us last week. But no, Chelsea looked all right. Attacking wise, they impressed me. When Neto came on as well, Neto looked excellent. João Felix, he looked really good. Scored, with basically his first touch when he come on as well. He looked all right. So, Chelsea, if they continue this, who knows, man? Who knows? But would you make a game, man? No, I'm saying top. I'm saying top. Do you know what I'm saying? On performance today, Chelsea definitely can get top 6 on performance today. I just think because it's Wolves, I don't think the Chelsea fans should get too excited because it's only Wolves, and Wolves ain't gonna give you that, attacking threat as other teams. But like I always say, you got to beat what's in front of you, and I didn't think they would put 6 past Wolves personally at Molineux as well. So I feel they've done well if they continue. I think they could get a top 6. But listen, man, we're gonna end off with Scans, your boys, man. Liverpool 2, Brentford 0. I don't know. I don't know what's happening with Tony because I don't know. I know he could be leaving, probably going Saudi, but I just feel while you're there, man, like declare yourself available. Do you know what I mean?
No, but he's training though, so it's not him. He's training all week, so it's got to be down to the manager, isn't it? At the end of the day, or the board is saying, look, we can't afford him to get injured. We want to sell him before the window's up, so don't risk him. You get what I mean? It's like look at Eddie. Eddie's was on the bench for the last 2 games, but he hasn't touched the pitch, has he? Yeah. So if it's coming down to money, they're saying, look, that's a £50 asset, man. We can't risk him getting injured. I know you may want to play him, but unless he goes, just let him train and that's it, man. Let him keep himself the fitness ticking over. That's £50 million there, man.
Possibly. He's not known to be like injury prone or nothing like that, though. But
no, definitely
it can happen in the game, though, innit? I suppose.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
No, I hear it. It's frustrating, though, man. It's frustrating. Like, just play, man. Shit is what you're paid to do. Yeah, you know what I mean. You've been out for 8 months. You've been out long enough, man. Come on, man. Like, it's now or never.
Yeah, it's true. Even though Eddie ain't playing, but you saw yesterday, McTominay might be going Napoli. He came on yesterday. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. There you go.
I know there's risk of injuries, but still, if Tony had played the first game yesterday and scored, that could have alerted an Arsenal
someone else. Yeah, you can look at it both ways like that. Come on and get a hat trick, bro. Then what? You have phone ringing off.
There you go, man. I mean, Liverpool, Scans, how do you feel you guys played today? Arnie Slot's first game at home.
It was just steady, bro. It was steady. Nothing, no frills and spills. It's good build-up play. Looks solid at the back. And it was all right. We've given away silly fouls in the first half, and Brentford, they got some units, man. So when they're whipping it in there, realistically, you've only got two guys good in the air. This is Van Dijk and Ibu. So it's dangerous to be giving away silly free kicks. First goal was basically a typical Liverpool goal, breakaway at speed. Jota laid it into Diaz. Diaz just sprinted onto it and then just hammered it with his left foot, man. Just swung it through. Second half, we came out just like we did with Ipswich last week. We came out good, man, in the first thing. We were like all over them in the second half. Could have got 3 or 4 more goals. Great defending from their defence. And then Salah finished off the game with a great finish. And we move on to next week, man. It's a steady performance, man. It was good. You get what I mean? Not a lot of chances apart from that. I think Alisson probably made two saves in the game.
How did Gravenberch do in the 6 for you?
Gravenberch first half he was a bit shaky. He kept him diving in a bit too much, but that's to be expected. He ain't played that position too often, so he's got to get used to it. And in the second half, he was a lot better. He weren't diving in as much. Maybe the booking made him stay on his feet more. Second half, he was a lot better. So no complaints from me, man. It's like it's not really a lone 6 if you get what I mean. It's more of a double pivot. There's like McAllister's next to him.
Yeah.
So it's not really a lone 6. It's like I said, you just got to get used to positioning and stuff and when to close down a player, when to stay off a player. But like I said, another steady performance, 2-0. No frills and spills. We move,
man. And obviously, I know some clubs have got they got the EFL Cup. Is it the Carabao Cup? What's the name of it now? I don't even know.
I don't even know. It's basically all the Premier League clubs are in it this week, isn't it? Apart from the ones in Europe.
Yeah. I know Brighton play on Tuesday.
Yeah, Newcastle play Wednesday against Forest, I think.
Yeah. So we've got we can at least rest. Brighton have got to play. We can at least rest, and then we obviously got the early game against Brighton next week, Saturday. So
you're not playing Saturday, innit? Top of the table clash.
Yeah. So just got to keep it going, man. But before we go, Mr. Brown, anything to add on? Anything?
No, man. You don't follow, subscribe to Stay on Your Feet pod. Appreciate that. That's it, man.
Yeah. Subscribe to that. Subscribe to this. Listen, look out for us, man. Obviously, like I said, first week for myself, nothing really came, but you know they're going to be coming now regularly, 2-3 times a week. So keep it up, keep it tuned, boys. Thanks for joining me.
Anytime, my boy.
We'll be back, man.
Yeah, man.
Peace.
Take it easy.
Peace.